When you found out you were pregnant, you probably had questions. After all, until you get pregnant for the first time, you've never gone through anything like this. Our experts let us know what you should and shouldn't do if you're getting ready to have a baby of your own. Pay attention to what you eat when pregnant. Dr. Sherry Ross, OBGYN, told The List that it's especially important to avoid raw or undercooked foods. She said, "Food poisoning can occur when eating raw vegetables, unpasteurized juices, and undercooked meat, poultry, or eggs that can be linked with Salmonella and Escherichia E. coli bacteria. Cooking properly and thoroughly kills bacteria in the majority of foods. Also be careful about eating fish, whether raw or cooked." Dr. Ross shared, "Eating raw fish, such as sushi, has not been recommended in pregnancy since it can carry certain bacteria and parasites. Mercury is very toxic and can cause problems to the fetus and to the newborn nursing infant." She noted that fish like halibut and tuna can be especially dangerous. They have increased mercury levels and cause the most concern for consumption by pregnant women. But you don't have to stop eating fish. Dr. Ross noted, "A pregnant woman can safely eat 12 ounces per week of varieties of fish thought to be low in mercury. The safest fish that are low in mercury are shrimp, canned light tuna, scallops, oysters, squid, and salmon."
Someone must have an appetite. But don't worry, this collection of food is not for a single meal.
If you think you'll be able to have your baby and then things will go back to normal right away, you're in for a surprise. Parenthood expert Ellie Taylor told The List, "Don't plan for life to get back to normal as soon as possible after your baby joins you. This is a unique time in your life, so don't rush it if you can help it. In order to make the most of your time with your newborn," she suggested, "plan to take as much time off work as possible because babies become more adorable and harder to leave." Taylor also added that, quote, "Parents often regret not being there for the early milestones. So it's best to immerse yourself in life as a new parent and enjoy every second of it. You'll want to remember everything." While it's never fun to get sick, it's especially important to take care of your health when you're pregnant. Board-certified OBGYN Dr. Lakeisha Richardson told The List, "Women who are pregnant should always isolate themselves from sick family members, even their kids, if they have infectious diseases such as influenza, fifth disease, chickenpox, or pneumonia. One of the best ways to keep yourself healthy is to get a flu shot." Dr. Richardson added, "Women who are pregnant during flu season should always receive a flu vaccine, unless they are allergic to the vaccine. The risk of death and complications during pregnancy due to influenza is almost double when compared to non-pregnant women." You can also take care of yourself by dressing safely. Health investigator Caitlin Hoff told The List, "To avoid a sprained ankle or unfortunate fall that could harm both mother and child, stick to smaller heels, flats, or your most comfortable sneakers to keep both you and your baby safe." You may feel like all of the checkups you're required to do when pregnant are overkill, but resist the urge to skip some of them. Hoff had this to say on the matter. "Think of your antenatal checkups with your doctor or midwife as road stops on your pregnancy journey. For the safety of you and your child, take the time to check these off one by one and ensure that your child is healthy and the pregnancy is progressing smoothly." OBGYN Dr. Jill Hechtman agreed. "Choose a provider that you are comfortable with and make sure you go to all of your prenatal visits. I also recommend choosing which hospital you will deliver at and make sure your provider goes there." Even though it's easy to want to stop exercising when you're pregnant, it's very important to keep working out. Dr. Richardson told The List, "Pregnant women should continue their previous exercise routine during pregnancy and strive to maintain a healthy weight throughout the pregnancy." Dr. Ross agreed, adding, "Exercising in pregnancy should be a part of every pregnant woman's daily routine. It is not only incredibly beneficial for a pregnant woman, but also for her growing baby. Pregnancy affects joint stability, balance, coordination, and heart rate fluctuations." Ross also shared, "The best exercises in pregnancy include brisk walking, light jogging, swimming, recumbent cycling, yoga, elliptical, and other stationary workout machines. Exercises to be avoided include contact sports such as boxing, soccer, and basketball, snow skiing, racket sports, and scuba diving." Author Lori Mihalik-Levin told The List, "Do not make to-do lists of things you'd like to accomplish during your maternity leave. As I discovered quickly, the goal of maternity leave is truly survival, not accomplishment." She suggested, "Do not have a fixed idea in mind of how life will look after baby. You may have thought you wanted to go back to work after 16 weeks, and now you can't bear the thought of it. Or you may have thought you wanted to stay home with baby, but after 12 weeks, you are itching to be back at work. Ellie Taylor agreed. Don't expect to be in control or on top of it all. Babies come with their own needs, time frame, priorities, and way of doing things, and this all takes time to figure out. Plan on being a learner and not an expert. You won't want that pressure. Mihalik Levin had these career suggestions for the mother-to-be. Check in with HR, find out from them what their leave policies are and what Family Medical Leave Act forms you'll need to fill out. Don't forget to ask about benefits, too. Will any retirement match you receive continue when you're on FMLA? How do you add your baby to your insurance? She also suggested, develop your maternity leave transition plan. You'll need to start thinking about what your job entails, who will take over your responsibilities, how much time you'll take off, and how you'll transition back. Fight the urge to go out and buy a lot of stuff when you're pregnant. You may think it will make you more prepared, but having more stuff won't actually prepare you for having a child. Ellie Taylor told the list, don't supersize. Most couples start upsizing when they're expecting. Extra bedroom, bigger car, lots of stuff, etc. This can help them feel prepared, but there are more important things to get ready for. In fact, buying new stuff can add to your stress. Taylor continued, worrying about paying for expensive new purchases can get in the way of just relaxing and getting to know your new little person. So plan to downsize, or at least not upsize instead. You've probably heard this one before, but you definitely don't want to drink or smoke while you're pregnant. Caitlin Hoff told the list, rein in your addictions. Stay away from cigarettes and cigarette smoke and alcohol while pregnant. She later explained, we all know that cigarettes are bad for your health, but cigarette smoke can be even more dangerous to a developing fetus. Inhaling cigarette smoke while pregnant puts you and your child at a greater risk for premature birth, miscarriage, low birth weight, and sudden infant death syndrome. Regarding drinking, she added, alcohol is a similar story, with linked birth defects known as fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, along with higher risks of miscarriage and stillbirths. Having a baby will increase your stress levels no matter how well prepared you are. One way to minimize that stress is to take care of yourself. Parenting expert Ellie Taylor told the list, start to build self-care into your days and weeks. Parenthood is a marathon, and good habits now can help you cope with the early chaos and exhaustion. She added, look at your nutrition. How much energy does it provide? Cook and freeze healthy meals so you have them to hand for at least your first month. What do you do for stress relief? What about your partner's stress relief activities? Think about some family-friendly activities that you can do together and then continue after the baby comes. Caitlin Hoff also stressed the importance of self-care when pregnant. She added, if there was one time in a woman's life that self-care was the highest priority on her list, it would be and should be during her pregnancy. Keeping stress at bay, leading a healthy, active lifestyle, and being proactive with regular doctor's checkups are of utmost importance. If you think being pregnant is a great excuse to eat whatever you want, think again. It's very important to watch your weight, both for your health and your baby's. Dr. Hechtman told the list, you really only need approximately 250 extra calories per day. You do not need to eat for two. This puts you at risk for significant weight gain and gestational diabetes. It will also be harder to get the weight off after delivery. Dr. Ross shared how much weight is healthy to gain during pregnancy. She told the list, keeping your BMI under 25 is ideal prior to getting pregnant. A woman of average weight before getting pregnant should gain 25 to 35 pounds during pregnancy. Underweight women should gain 28 to 40 pounds during pregnancy. Overweight women may need to gain only 15 to 25 pounds during pregnancy. When you're pregnant, you should take prenatal screenings. They can prepare you for pregnancy complications like premature delivery and the risk of having a baby with a genetic condition.
Third test today, Mama Bear. Your ego is prego.
Dr. Hechtman told the list, there are some tests that are routine for all pregnant patients, and then there are special ones. For example, the pre-TRM test is a blood test done during the 19th or 20th week of pregnancy that predicts your individualized risk of delivering prematurely. She added, there are different options available to determine your baby's risk of being born with a genetic condition. An example is the non-invasive prenatal test, which is a simple blood test done after 10 weeks of pregnancy to see if you are at risk of having a baby with a genetic condition like Down syndrome. Other, more common tests will play an important role in your pregnancy and will be recommended by your doctor. You may be the one who is pregnant, but you don't have to approach your pregnancy as a solo act. This could lead to depression. Ellie Taylor told the list, include your partner every step of the way. Fathers can feel excluded during pregnancy, birth, and early parenthood, but not many will open up to tell you that. Taylor added, "The most important thing for a pregnant woman to keep in mind is that motherhood is not a path she's meant to walk alone. Feeling isolated and alone can contribute to postpartum depression. Include your partner in the journey and reach out for help from family, friends, and professionals." Mihaly Levin told The List, "One of the most important things women who are about to have a baby can do is make friends with others who will have babies born around the same time." She suggested, "Explore hospital new mother support groups, baby yoga classes, etc. And don't forget to talk to other working moms at your office. Think about both in-person and online communities too. Pregnancy is a time of change, and while you may want to get over it as quickly as possible, try to enjoy it instead." Dr. Hechtman told The List, quote, "Pregnancy is a magical time, and I ask you to embrace it." According to the doctor, this includes the good and the bad. Stretch marks, hemorrhoids, weight gain, discharge, constipation, melasma, and morning sickness. Embrace it. You are creating a human being. If you approach your time being pregnant with an attitude of acceptance, you will get through the sometimes stressful period before welcoming a new life into the world much more happily. And who wouldn't want that? After all, before you know it, you'll be welcoming a brand new member into your family. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite things are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.